Hello, buddies. Welcome to another episode of myView on Books. I'm Matt Dawson. You're watching MaddiE with MaddiE. This is episode number 35. And in this episode, we're going to talk about Delhi is Not For by Ruskin Bond. You see, he's a very famous and popular author. That's why his name is bigger than the title itself. So it's another short novella. And let me just check my audio. Yes, audio is good. So it's a short story basically, and it's about 100 pages. And it's mostly if you have read about if you have read stories or books from Ruskin Bond, it's not an exception. So this is just another hill town story from Ruskin Bond. So in this book, I think I couldn't find a name for the protagonist. He was narrating from the first person perspective. So he's living in a small town called People Nagar. It is not entirely a town, but it's part of a collection of towns. So it's mostly like a small town kind of stuff. And he's living there, and Delhi is nearby. So Delhi is a city that is nearby to this town, and people living in this town are basically having a dream to go and settle down in Delhi. And the protagonist is also one of them. Hi, Sirno. I hope I'm pronouncing your name right. Hi. Thank you for dropping by. Have a nice day. So, where was it? Yep. People in the town are having this dream of going to Delhi and settling down there. And our protagonist is a book author, and he wants to get big. He's writing stories. He's believing that he is creative, and one day one of his books will get a breakthrough, and he will become a very good, profound author, and he'll become famous. So he's also living with the same dream that he will go to Delhi one day and he'll write stories, he'll write books. His books will be best selling. So this is where the story begins, and the main theme of this book is friendship and dreams. As I said, the characters around the protagonist are having, each and every one of them are having some dreams. So there is this character called Deep Chand, who is a barber in People Nagar, but he's dreaming of putting up a saloon in Delhi, and for both men and women. He wants to get so big, and he wants to settle down in Delhi. And there is a couple of other characters, who's a rickshaw puller basically. He's like a wrestler and a rickshaw puller, and he wants to become an auto rickshaw puller in Delhi. And finally, he gets to meet Suraj. The way he meets Suraj is interesting, but they both form a beautiful friendship, and it's very deep friendship. You can see that the way the author or the protagonist is describing about Suraj, it's just pure friendship. And Suraj is also, he's doing his studies as well as he's selling artifacts like comb and small artifacts around the town. And usually he's kind of poor. He's trying to pay off his school fees through this part-time job. And our protagonist is living on a room on a roof. So most of the time I felt this story is similar to the Rusty series, Room on the Roof, Vagrant on the Valley. And there is even a similar character called Goo. There is mentally retarded boy roaming around the town, and people mock him, especially in the tea shop. They wantedly and purposely pull his legs and play with him, mock him, abuse him. So I found the same character here. So it's in the Vagrants in the I think Room on the Roof. The same character, the same name was there, and even here I find the same character. And also, if you see, the protagonist here also lives in a room on a first floor, which is basically very Spartan kind of life with very minimal stuff and materials. So he's also very poor. He's trying to he's keep on writing stories, so that he believes that at least he'll get some job in a editorial or newspaper company in Delhi, and he'll start writing his own books and become a famous author. So that's where the story revolves around most of the time. So Delhi is not far is the title, but most of the story happens in People Nagar. And there's one chapter where the Suraj and our protagonist goes to Delhi like a vacation, and they see the Delhi city, and they are like inspired, and their dream and motivation gets stronger that they need to come here. And in the end, the author, I mean, the protagonist gets a job in a company, I think editor role. He took the job and he's going to Delhi. So that's how it ends. So it's like a positive, happy ending that one way or another he's going to achieve his dream, because the first step is getting to the place where you want to go, right? So he's ended on a positive note. So it's a very short novel. So if you haven't read Rusty series, then this will be a very good novel, a novella, short story, and it's around 116 pages. You see, it's like bus travel read. You can read it, and you can read it and complete it within a travel, right? And I've marked some of the impressive lines that I had when it had become close to my heart. So I will read it to you. Guys, I don't mark it. I just fold the pages. Okay. I do not live entirely alone. Sometimes a beggar, if he's not diseased, spends the night on the balcony. During cold or rainy weather, the boys from the tea shop who normally sleep on the pavement crowd into my room. But apart from them, there are lizards on the walls, friends, thieves, and a large rat who gets in and out of windows and carries away manuscripts and clothing. Definitely an enemy. So he's describing about the room that he's living in. So it's a very small room and there's a balcony in front of it. And he's saying that during rainy season, people, the boys who wants to avoid the rain, they come and stay in his room. And apart from them, there is like lizard and large rat. So he says that lizards are his friends, but the rat is enemy because it steals his manuscripts and bites his clothes. So that's why that's an enemy. I could relate it because there's a lot of lizards in my home, and I kind of feel them as friends too. And yes, there's so many such dialogues. Like, I think I have families. I'm jealous of them. Their sense of security, of interdependence infuriates me. To every family, I'm an outsider because I have no family. So he's in this story, the protagonist is living alone on a small room, right? So his feelings towards others when he sees them with family, he's like he's jealous of them because they have family, they have someone to depend on, but he is an outsider because he doesn't have a family. And this was also very relatable. I think all introverts would relate to. uh, yeah, I think it's a very good novel. I felt good reading it. Only drawback, I felt I was reading the Rusty series, so I know the story there as well as. So it's kind of a spin-off from Rusty series. But if you haven't read, no, the Rusty series, Ruskin Bond's Rusty series, then this will be a good read. Delhi is not far. It's just 110 pages. I'm sure it will be available anywhere in India because Ruskin Bond is a famous author and all his books are super hit and it's widespread. So you should be having it. Yeah. So yeah, do purchase it and read it. I recommend it for children, kids, and adults. It gives you a good feeling at the end. Dreams do come true. So definitely follow your dreams. And I hope you enjoyed this short episode because it's a short book novella. I'll catch up in another episode with another storybook or any other book. Until then, it's MaddiE Doston. You're watching MaddiE with MaddiE. Bye bye.